How to spot a bad house in 60 seconds or less. Hi, I'm Lori Kutka with LPT Realty. I run the Kutka team here in the Temecula Valley alongside my husband, Matt. We have been selling real estate for over 20 years. And in those 20 years, we have worked with so many buyers, toured so many homes, and this gives us just a little bit of knowledge that we want to share with you on what we do when we are out viewing properties with our buyers and help our buyers spot a bad home. Now, I'm using the term bad home as a real point of emphasis for this video, but let's be real. Every home at every price is going to sell. Does that mean that we sway our buyers when we see bad homes? No. We only want to give our buyers the knowledge to know what to look for and what to anticipate they are going to be up against when they purchase their home. Whether the buyer wants to move forward or not, that's going to be up to them. But you need to know and spot these critical things to know what you're up against and what we would consider a bad home. Driving up to the home, if you look at the neighborhood and the neighborhood isn't keeping up with the caliber of home that you are looking at, well, right away, it's probably a bad home. Or if it backs up to a commercial shopping center or the freeway, these are categories that we consider a bad home. But that doesn't mean it's going to be bad for you. You just have to know that your investment is always going to be based on that location. And know when you go to sell it, somebody else is going to need a better price as well. So location, neighborhood, what we're spotting around the home, you need to be mindful of. That's my number one. Number two, and this is something you can spot in 60 seconds, I always look at the roof. Got moss growing on it? Do you see that it has wear and tear? Ask the agent, find out prior, is the roof been replaced? Has it been repaired? Because that is a big ticket item. You need to know going into a transaction, if a roof has to be replaced, you are going to want the seller to hopefully help you in compensating you to get a new roof or a lower price, knowing a big ticket item is on the way for you once you move into the home. Another item that I would consider in the bad home category is when you walk in the front door, if you can smell pet or you can smell cigarette smoke. These smells permeate in the walls. They permeate in the flooring. These are smells that are hard to get out and you have to spend money to remove. It's beyond just cleaning the carpet. Strong smells from the minute you walk in the door are usually deep inside the home, and it's going to take time, energy, and money to get the house to smell good. Also, when I'm touring a home, I want to look up at the ceiling. I tell my buyers, look up in every room. If we spot a stain, what could have been water damage, patching on the ceiling, these are signs that there was some sort of water damage either from the roof or a second story bathroom, and we need to find out how that was repaired and get compensation if that needs to be looked at. Because when you buy a house, you're not going to be opening the walls. You're going to have to accept the facts of what the seller tells you. So there are so many hidden things that can be inside the wall that you cannot open until you own the home. So you want to spot how bad is the leak, what happened, how was it repaired, so you know what you're up against, either getting compensation from the seller while you're in the contract or a lower price that you're prepared to remedy the problem once you move in. Here's another one, and again, you can spot it in 60 seconds. If there is tile flooring and you have several cracked tiles, that is a very expensive item to have to pull up and replace. It is labor intensive to pull up ceramic tile or any type of tile that is cracked. And then you want to find out, why is it cracked? Did something just fall on it? Is it just a crack in one spot? Is it cracks in various spots? Because that could mean something with the foundation. Carpeting, it's easy. If you have to pull up the carpeting, that is not a big endeavor. It's obviously something you have to spend money on. So cracks in the flooring, any type of flooring really is, in my opinion, falls under the category of a bad home. Another big ticket item is windows. There are often times you can see that windows are fogged. This means that a seal has broken and likely it just needs to be repaired. But there are many homes that have older windows that are broken. Windows are a very, very expensive item to have to replace in a home. In my opinion, windows that need repair or that are older fall under the category of bad home. And that means that we recommend our buyers know in advance that buying new windows is going to be something they're going to need to spend money to do. So let's get it up front. Let's get some credit from the seller, or let's get a better price to compensate what you're going to be spending money on later. Another big ticket item is HVAC. Now, I am no expert. I do not go into the attic, but what you can look for is condensers that are outside of the house. You can see, do they have pet damage? Are they worn? Do they have any sort of date on them? Because if that system is old, then you know the answer to that. It means that it's going to need an upgrade. So we have to have further investigation of the system, but you need to know upfront that this can qualify as a bad home because that's a big ticket item that you are going to be up against once you purchase the home. Here's another good one. DIY projects that are room additions. Now, we often see that people will convert a third car bay of their garage, or they will convert a den into a bedroom and they may add a closet. And this is all very, very real. People do this and homes sell with these room additions. But if they added electrical, if they added water, please make sure that they have permitted that space. If they have not permitted it and you have issues, then it could be something that your insurance company does not cover. So DIY projects, they get a little iffy for me because if they're not done properly, that can be money that you have to spend down the road. So get the compensation for these types of things and definitely find as much information as possible prior to purchasing the home. If you are exploring homes that have pools, well, you need to really walk around the pool and look for cracks in the coping, cracks around the pool deck. These are expensive items that it is hard for you to get a seller to fix prior to purchasing the home. So this is usually something that you are going to have to address once you purchase the home. You need to be aware that pool issues means we have to really investigate, is this something that you want to deal with when you own the home? Are you getting enough compensation from the seller and a better price to really want to tackle that once you own the home, because those are expensive items. And lastly, poor fencing. We have many, many homes in this area that have wood fencing, and wood fencing over time, it just looks poor. But fencing is very expensive, and a lot of times you are sharing your fence with neighbors. And so unless you are prepared to pay for the fencing yourself, you have to approach your neighbor and see if they agree to get new fencing. So this could be a sign of a bad home. If you move in and you find out your neighbor's going to tell you no, they do not want new fences, and you are stuck. So this one is beyond just the financial. You need to know in advance, number one, if they're willing to and will agree to a new fence. Number two, are they willing to go halvesies with you? If they don't do either one of those, it could be a sign of a bad home if you get in and you don't have the right to switch out your fence. That looks really, really bad. And those are my top items that I look for in every home to qualify if it's a bad home or not. I want to inform our buyers and inform you if you are out there shopping for a home of these items to look for. We have to negotiate around them. We have to get compensation for them. We have to get you a better price because I don't want you to go into purchasing a home and then have big ticket items that you are up against. It's just never fun. I hope I've been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please know that if you comment below, I am happy to answer any of your questions, or all of my contact information is here below. Feel free to call me. Or if you like this video, I would love for you to just click the like button. Or if you want to get more of my videos, then please subscribe to this channel. I do new videos every week all about Temecula Valley, living here in California, and buying and selling real estate. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for next week.